Hold on. So you're making a running video. Hasn't that been done 1,000 times already? It's a tale as old as time. I guess the one thing I have going for me is that it's the story of my relationship with running and the fact that I'm not a runner.
I've always attributed a sense of finiteness to running. That is, I start at a particular time, cover a measurable distance, burn a definable number of calories, and end at a different particular time. No matter how tough it gets, or whether I ever got a whiff of that elusive runner's high, there was an end. And once I'd spelunked my way out of that dark, damp pain cave, I could always look forward to a warm shower and a clean change of clothes.
Does that make sense? Yeah, I suppose it does, but if you're always counting on the run coming to an end, why do it?
Are you doing this for world peace?
Are you doing this for the homeless?
Are you running for women's rights?
Or for the environment? Or for animals?
Do you even enjoy running?
When I started this YouTube channel, I committed to challenging myself physically, mentally, and creatively.
Let's go.
Not everything I do needs to have a grand purpose, nor meet particular criteria, such as getting me out of my comfort zone. Sometimes, very often, I like to do things for
No particular reason.
At the end of the day, I'm a very goals-oriented person, sometimes to a fault, and I relish a challenge.
And as much as acting is a stretch for my creative core, running is for my physical core.
But what makes running challenging when...
For one, it's easy to make excuses not to make time for it. Such as just yesterday, you complaining that your knee was sore and that it was wet outside and how you don't like clothes sticking to your body. Hey.
Don't get me wrong, I'm great at making excuses for not running as well. Top of my list is that oftentimes I find running just too simple. One foot in front of the other, linear movement, steady heart rate. A little slower than cycling, a little less vertical than rock climbing. But in that simplicity, I've been able to find peace and clarity of mind, to quieten the noise of who needs what from me and responsibilities that might distract from my creative freedom. One of my creative heroes, Beau Miles, who happens to be an Aussie filmmaker and a self-proclaimed multi-hyphenate polyjobist, something that he has said of running is that it's his sacred alone time, where his only task is to focus on looking and feeling where he's going, and that's it.
And if the simple act of running can facilitate that present-mindedness and comfort in my own skin, then sign me up.
And then there's the old crutch of, it bloody hurts. Yeah, 100%.
At the beginning of January 2023, fresh off the heels of making New Year commitments, I ran my first mile in
Years. Yeah, that felt like hell.
But a mile that week became 2 the following week, and then 3 every few days. And while it still hurts, there are moments in every run where I feel like I'm in a state of perpetual motion, where I forget about my lactic legs and burning lungs, and I'm just flowing. And I reckon that's a feeling worth running for.
My final question to you, Ben, is do you reckon you might be biting off more than you can chew? I mean, last week you were an actor, this week you were a runner. What's next? I actually think they're symbiotic. There's a ton of research out there on the link between creativity and flow states, and how the rhythm engendered by running can allow us to drift mentally and draw connections between disparate ideas, otherwise called associative thinking. Yeah, I mean, Casey Neistat has talked about his best ideas coming to him while he runs. Yeah, I think there's a ton of truth to that.
At the end of the day, I'm not trying to be a champion marathoner. I'm just trying to take that first step and be a stronger version of myself than I was yesterday.
On this creative journey, I've been forced to reckon with the question of, what am I running from? And I figure little harm in taking the assignment literally.